Half the reason it's called Oscorp. In grad school, everyone called us the O's. Add Corp to that, and, well, it is a catchy name.
Man, he got conned on that name, though. Hey guys, and welcome back to the show. In the last episode, we did some stuff, and honestly, that was so long ago that I can barely even remember what it was. We met Jefferson Davis, which I guess we did 2 episodes ago, but then we got to go to his award ceremony at the Norman Osborn campaign rally, at which point he did what I expected him to do, which was get murdered and become an inspiration for his son, Miles Morales, to become a superhero. And then we got to play as Miles, and it gave me a legitimate scare, as I believed for a while that they were going to kill Peter Parker off, and you're going to end up playing the rest of the game as Miles Morales. But I didn't think that's what was going to happen, because we already know that the PS5 game is called Spider-Man Miles Morales, so it kind of implies that the rest of this game is going to be the Peter Parker story, but it does look like they're already setting up Miles Morales to be a thing in either the rest of this game or DLC, so it's going to be interesting for later. And so far we know he doesn't have any spider powers, so it's just Peter who's got web sling save the day. We also got to be Night Monkey a lot, and Night Monkeyed up through the town. So otherwise, in other news that happened, we found out that Martin Lee is a bad guy. Wasn't entirely surprised by that, mostly because he had that whole bad guy stride to him. He kept saying bad guy cryptic things and knowing way too much information for someone who wasn't involved. So, unsurprisingly, he ended up being a bad guy. So now we're off to go stop the bad guys and save New York City. So, just another day of being Spider-Man. So here we go. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change up my suit real quick, because as much as I do like the Night Monkey suit, I think we deserve a little change up, a little new episode, new suit, right guys? Gotta look good. So we have the classic suit, which does look great. We have all these, which I might change to later. I just want to go with all the classics. I just love classic Spider-Man. Also, a lot of these take my tokens, and right now I like using them for gadgets and perks more. Especially like these web shooters. I would much rather like buy this stuff. I mean, I know I can't do it right now, but I would much rather buy these upgrades than using it to spend on a fancy new skin. I guess I do get new suit powers by getting them, right? Bulletproof. Honestly, I haven't even been really like in danger by getting attacked right now, so I'm mostly good with the ones I have. Yeah, I'm not really worried about suit powers right now. I might get them later just to play with them for the sake of just having them. But I guess in the spirit of Spider-Man Far From Home, which is the theme I'm currently going with. Oh, I guess I could get... Oh, look, the Stark suit. So this is the Spider-Man Homecoming suit. I'm going to keep Far From Home going in my spirit and switch over to the upgraded suit, which is a really lame name for it. But this is the suit from Spider-Man Far From Home that he uses at the end of the movie, which I like. Red and black. Looks nice. It's not very classic Spider-Man with the red and blue, but I think it's a more realistic color palette for a more realistic world. So we're going to set that up. I have no skill points. Anything. I just realized when I was like looking through his videos before that I'm pretty sure, and I haven't double checked this, I'm pretty sure I haven't died yet throughout this game. Oh, look at that. It's a good looking Spider-Man. Which might make this a zero deaths playthrough, and I definitely didn't intend on this being a zero deaths playthrough, especially after coming off of just recently playing what game was I playing? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, to which that was definitely not a zero deaths playthrough. That was a many deaths playthrough. Many deaths. So coming off of that, going into a zero deaths playthrough feels really strange. And hopefully I'm gonna keep that going. I haven't played in a couple days, so I'm very rusty. So let's hope that I'm not so rusty that I just die all the time, which is legitimately a possibility. What you think, Jonah? I'm gonna check if I have any tasks on the way. I guess I'll do this. I can get that bird too. I totally forgot that there were side quests in this game while I was just swinging around. But yeah, I kind of hope I can just run into like a little crime before I do the main mission, just to give me a little bit of quick refresher into combat. Because right now it's 0 deaths. Now I really don't want to die. Makes it more stressful. If I already had like 50 deaths, then I'd be like, whatever, I'm just gonna die again. But now that I'm like, now that I realize that I think I'm at 0 deaths so far, it's now I just don't want to die, so I'm gonna be real careful.
Oh, poor Spider. I know I disappointed you when I couldn't go straight, but why mess with perfection?
She's talking about her butt. If I was a cat, I would be here. Would that be great if I just guessed that completely randomly? Actually, I have no idea. I'm not sure if there's a hint anywhere. I just look. There's a lot of range I can look. Oh, there we go. I see it. I see it. I see it. Usually there's like a black cat like picture beside it, but this one doesn't have one. How did these guys get up here? Like, how did you guys get up here without knocking this thing over? That's what I want to know. Did they put it there? Are they using it to prop the door?
She's branching out. Gotta try and get ahead of her.
Irresponsible of them to help criminals in the city in order to enjoy some patio time. And there's a crime! Time to bust some crime in Spider-Man! Good. I needed that. I really want to warm up a little bit.
Those Sable guys don't like me. So imagine how much I don't like you.
Okay, looks like I might not need as much of a warm up as I thought I did.
More demons? You know it's hard to get so many of you one-on-one attention, right?
Ow! That Fable agent just kicked me? What a butthead. But okay, looks like I'm not as rusty as I thought I was. Took 0 damage.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I did it for you. It's not all about you, Fable agent. Looks like Spider-Man's got a lot of love interest this game. He's got Black Cat, who's clearly hitting on me. Got Mary Jane Watson, who doesn't have any superpowers, but you know, she's my true love. And Silver Sable, who I think has a thing. I don't think. Oh, come back here, Pigeon. I am not good at this. I'm not good at this. Pigeon is kicking my ass. Pigeon has been pigeoning his whole life. And I've only been Spider-Manning for the last couple days. There we go. There we go. Thought I got it. Okay.
All units, pursuit in progress with mounted
more crime.
believed to have a bomb.
Sorry, mission. I have crime to do. Yeah, I don't think Yuri has a thing for me.
Oh no.
She's like
one of the demon's cars.
she talks about me a lot, but I think I mostly just annoy her.
It isn't my favorite band of merry masked psychopaths.
I think it's completely platonic between me and Yuri.
Here's your stuff.
But besides her, I think Whoa! Totally forgot that I have to mash a button. Okay, we're good. We're good. We did it. It was easy.
Bomb in that truck. We gotta get it away from civilians.
Oh, not what I was going for. I got rid of that bomb. No more bomb. We good. We good. Someone trying to shoot me? Oh yeah, this guy's not even doing anything. Can I just like toss you? Easy. Yeah.
Just like that movie with the bomb on the bus. It was a couple.
I have had people talk about how they don't think it's possible for guys and girls to like have platonic relationships, and those people are crazy. And if you know, I think it's a good thing to have platonic relationship with girls and guys and whatever. Fine. Oh cool, I get to do more lab puzzles, I guess. I haven't done them since they first introduced them, so hopefully I unlocked a lot. They're kind of fun. It's like, sometimes I feel like mini-games and games are just kind of annoying.
I'll be just a minute.
Every once in a while they're kind of rewarding. Can I do the puzzles first, boss?
Look at all
Boss
this
man?
new stuff.
Oh, nice. Puzzles? Maybe I can't. No, I don't want to do the mission. I want to do puzzles. Let me do puzzles. Yes, puzzles. I wish you could run in here so much. It really bothers me that you can't, like, run indoors. Oh, sweet. I can do, like, all of them. Alright, let's do all the puzzles. Sorry if you guys weren't interested in this riveting gameplay of me doing copious amounts of spectrograph puzzles. And I'm going to do the other ones after this, so you're going to see me do all the puzzles real quick. But that's what we're going to do. Polydimethyl siloxane. Sounds kind of like a real thing, but maybe not.
Looks like another potential prosthetic contact material.
Yeah, sure does, Spidey. Alright, easy enough, easy enough. This is basically how spectroscopy works, in a way, so I kind of don't hate it. There's some level of science in here, and I do like when the mini-games are somewhat scientific. Like, this game compared to the other game, which is hacking, which there's absolutely zero science into it. Like, that's not how electric circuits work, game. This game, which is like, it's still not, I wouldn't go crazy and call it scientific by any means, or scientifically accurate rather, but it's more scientifically accurate. It has a scientific basis, so I like this a lot more. The other one was just like a flow through tubes game. Is
sure about long-term
you know, it's just a mini game. A mini game is a mini game. It'd be fun too. So I was watching a show recently on bomb defusal, of all things, and they were talking about the components that go into bomb design, and it's really weird how I don't know, this never struck me as just something I've ever thought about, but apparently in bomb design, and I mean if you think about it, this should be obvious, but I've never thought about it, so this came as a complete surprise to me. But you can pretty much use anything to detonate a bomb. Just because all it takes to detonate a explosive is you just need to have I feel like I did something wrong here. All you need to have is a completed circuit that's connected to a bomb. And so you can complete a circuit with anything. Anyone who's done any robotics projects, you can complete a circuit with you know,
Sure
pretty
it
much
uses
anything.
this
You can
tissue
have sound
interface.
sensors, you can have sonar sensors, you can have light sensors. You can complete a circuit with pretty much anything. And so, obviously, the movie stereotype, the bomb defusal, is based off of,
On carbon nanotube
you know, cutting a specific wire, or it has to be related to timers, or like it's a cell phone or something, and it's a very specific thing that triggers explosives. It's completely movie magic, because that's just not how it works in real life. Anything can detonate anything. There's no real hard and fast rules for what you need, because literally you can do it with pretty much anything. And I don't know why, but upon hearing that, it was just such a it's such a surprise to me. And though it's one of those things that once someone said it, it was obvious. But I guess I just never thought about it before. But yeah, I wish they had a little bit more science in the kind of like circuit design that they have in games. It's not like electric circuits are that complicated to understand, especially simple circuits. Like the case that
Decent candidate for a direct
you can do in video games, or like even some bomb defusal stuff. Make bomb defusal in video games a little bit more realistic. And they can really easily make them a lot more true to life.
Graphene.
And I think that would be really
Structure is super
cool, and
unique.
it would make video games
is this?
educational, but in a way that wasn't intrusive. Because, you know, if you've ever played like actual like educational video games, I feel like a big issue with them is actual educational video games are just they do suffer from sometimes just being too focused on being educational and not focused enough on being video games, so they're just not fun to play. But I do think things like that, which you can just make a minigame puzzle around, because, you know, these minigame puzzles can be pretty much whatever you want. If you just make a minigame puzzle based around, I don't know, let's say a bomb defusal, I think people would enjoy it. I would enjoy it. And I would get a kick out of the extra amount of science that was involved in it. So... anyways, I have no idea what I'm doing for this puzzle, so let's do that. Let's do that. Alright. It's hard to talk and still solve these puzzles. It increases the complexity a little bit.
Awesome.
The conversation with the internet, conversation with the internet. Say one-sided conversation times. It's very sad. Do you think they're stupid? Let me know. I like them. Oh man, sometimes I feel like sometimes they just make me feel stupid. Like, they can't be this hard, right? I don't think this game really intends on people spending a lot of time on them, so if they are this hard, I'm probably just messing it up. You know, this is probably just this. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably this guy. Not what I intended on doing. And then this guy. And then... there we go. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. I don't even need my full brains. Half brain is more than enough brain.
Very cool.
I think that would be a really cool part
Type 2 superconductor.
of, because I really enjoy that in any video game when there's a level of education to it. Like, I don't want to be shoving education down my face. I don't want it to be a educational video game per se. But if the video game does teach me a little bit about the real world, like God of War. God of War is a perfect example. Perfect example of this, because God of War definitely not intended to be a educational video game. I don't think anyone would ever call God of War an educational game by any means, but it is extremely educational. You learn a lot about, in the original ones, about Greek mythology, and in the new ones, it's all about Norse mythology. Well, in the last one and the next one that's coming up in the next couple months, It's all about Norse
Self-healing
mythology.
polymer. This stuff will survive almost anything.
I mean, unless you like really curious about these things, you probably don't know much about these kind of things. It's really cool to learn all the history of this inside these video games, that they present it in a really entertaining way. And I feel like it's not going to let me do this one. I might have to do the main mission. No, I want to do it. Okay. What's that? Probably an audio log. I'll get it later. But I mean, I remember, this is such a silly thing from just like RuneScape back in the day. Like RuneScape. And one of the earliest things you can do in crafting armor is you get bronze and copper.
We really need to get better about
tin and copper, and
organizing
you
our
make
workspace.
bronze. And I remember, like, the fact that I know that tin and copper is what you need to make bronze
subject
is like
Corporal Texador.
something that most
Lost his
people
arm overseas
don't
and now
know.
just wants to hug his daughter again.
And I just know this because of video games. I know that steel is just iron that's treated differently and tempered differently because of video games. That's such a cool like piece of knowledge that I just wouldn't have. Video games have taught me that. I feel like, you know, if you presented that stuff in all video games, that'd be really cool.
Where did you get all this
But anyways,
equipment?
let's do some
Called in every last favor.
let's do some quests.
Took out a few
Let's do some
loans.
let's do some
It's like we're
missions.
starting over once again. But this
Thinking of
time's going to be
MMORPGs.
different.
And I have the term quest on my head, but no, this is just a regular RPG. So they are missions, not
You've been
quests.
busy.
Just getting started.
Which I'm pretty sure is the definition, the
Until now, we've
main
been looking at
distinction.
cosmetics
MMOs
from
always
the wrong
call them
perspective.
quests,
Why
and
restore people to what they were?
single player
when we can
RPGs
make
always
them
call them
better?
missions.
Okay, I think that should do it. You ready?
Everything okay?
I mean, that seemed like more of a fault
all
of
your
like
fault.
user
Don't
error
make
than
me
the actual
son of
device. Like his hands are the thing that's shaking, not the arm.
Well, I know who you're not voting for in the next election. Sorry. I have a habit of making bad jokes in tense situations.
It was a good joke, Parker. Just a bit of an overreaction on my part.
No, don't worry. Why don't you take a break? I'll clean this up and get us ready for another test.
Man, that poor mug.
Hope you don't mind me asking, but it seems you and Norman have a bit of a history.
We were lab partners in college. Became friends. Decided to start a business. We both had visions of changing the world, just in different ways.
Wait, you were at Oscorp when it started?
I'm half the reason it's called Oscorp. In grad school, everyone called us the O's. Add Corp to that, and, well, it is a catchy name.
Man, he got
Why'd you
conned on that name though.
Norman became more and more obsessed with genetics.
Like Oscorp
Started a
sounds
project
like a
I
play on
considered
Osborne,
unethical. And there was
not like
the-
has to do with Otto Octavius.
Anyway, lawyers got involved. I chose to leave in exchange for a settlement. But that money didn't last very long. I've relied on grants ever since. If this project doesn't work...
Don't worry, it'll work. Let me just fix this up.
I'll brew some fresh coffee. Be sure to run a diagnostic on the control.
I feel like Otto should just get a job at a university. You have much more job stability. I mean, you still rely on a lot of grant money, but for the most part, you can
Good. Gotta reroute this circuit.
flack off a little bit more. I feel like everyone I know who works at universities or any professor I know who can somehow recognize my voice will get mad at me for saying that. But yes, no, it's kind of true. I guess get that. Alright, so I need one more power. So I just do that. There we go. See, so good at these, so good at these.
Oh, why don't you do the honors this time?
Yeah, I really don't feel like it had anything to do with the technology. He was totally just poor user error. Poor user control. It's just not impressive.
I think we did it.
Next
I'm
step,
just
neural interface.
impressed on how
It's a
he's
lot of work
controlling
for you to do
5
by yourself.
fingers with 2 joysticks.
Sure you can handle it?
I don't know what the
Apparently not,
controls
judging
are,
by
but it
today's
seems like a lot of
Because
it'll
I
be
still
tricky.
haven't found another job.
My funds are still...
I know. It's okay. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. What's a few bucks when you're trying to change the world, right?
But just think about how many levels of
Changing the
articulation
world.
that requires. You need to be able to articulate a shoulder joint, an elbow joint, a wrist joint, and, you know, 5 digits
Missed call from MJ.
with 2 joysticks.
Doctor, I need
Seems
to go.
insane.
But I'll be back later.
Don't
Not the
worry,
greatest
we'll
user
convene it
input.
when you get back.
Kind of makes me think of that old running game. Yeah, I can do these tasks now. I can't remember what the name of that game was. I think it was like WASD or something.
I should review
Or
what Doc's been
Quaffle or
developing.
Quickle or
Double
something
check
like
his
that.
work.
And you have to control a runner by controlling his legs by like each part of his legs at a time. It's like practically impossible. Most people have struggled to like go more than 1 step. But
Doc was trying to improve
yeah, I
the
couldn't imagine
actuator's
trying
granularity.
to control an entire arm with 1 joystick. That would not be fun. Feels like they need some sort of VR control or something. Get that? So
Nice.
easy.
Super smooth response.
There's a lot of experience I get for doing this too. Considering how quick these puzzles are, it's not like these puzzles take like a lot of time to do or anything. I'll give you like a couple hundred experience here and there. I feel like that's more experience than I get for like beating up baddies in these like crime missions. So, you know, nothing to shake a leg at. Plus I get a research token for it, and it's like, the only other thing you get research tokens from besides research stations that I've seen so far have been those pigeons that I can collect. And, you know, in comparison to those pigeons, like, doing these is pretty trivial. And catching those pigeons, catching those pigeons
Arms will have a
can
sense of
be
their surroundings now.
not a lot
To
of work,
tune
but
the arm's gyro to auto-orient.
definitely more work than I want to do sometimes. Alright, so secret to these is some of these are one directional, like the band. So I just need to use up all the one direction ones as fast as possible, and then I can use the any direction one all I want. Oh, look at that. Didn't even have to look.
Done.
Easy.
So
Easy.
help users maintain their
I am the
trying
god
to
of
lower the
circuitry.
overall power consumption of the prosthetic.
Oh no, I did circuitry in college, and I'm definitely not the god of circuitry. That's what I learned in college. Actually, I'm pretty sure what I learned in college was how much work and productivity you can squeeze out of a person without getting any sleep done. And the answer is quite a lot, actually. I remember there was definitely a phase towards the end of my college career where I realized the science of making hard decision making when it comes to exam taking, which for me was deciding whether it was more important when going into a certain exam to spend more time studying or spend more time or spending more time sleeping. Because if I slept more, then I would be more well rested going into an exam, so my critical thinking and analysis skills would improve.
Probably safer too.
If I just crammed more, then I would have more information in my brain, in my brain hole, and if I would have more knowledge.
Logic controller for the microcables Doc's been theorizing.
Basically, I would have to decide if I thought the test was going to be more like a memorization challenge where I just need to memorize a lot of information and be able to repeat it, or if the test was going to end up being a actual like critical reasoning kind of test where I would need to show off my ability to actually understand the information that I had read and apply it to solving problems. And honestly, it was very much a case-by-case basis. Oh man. I usually do these puzzles back to front, so I completely didn't realize the direction flow is going, and I set up all these gates to be pointed the wrong way. But yeah, definitely went different ways depending on the exams, and I do remember some exams I definitely got by just not sleeping at all and just cramming information on, and other exams I would just be fully satisfied only learning like 80% of the material and then having a good healthy 12-hour rest beforehand, and ended up doing so well on them because they ended up not being about memorization at all and being about how well could you apply what you learned, and so that really became a challenge. It's kind of sad, but it is really true that one of the things you learn the most from university or school in general isn't actually what they're trying to teach you, which is the material, but more how to take tests correctly and how to win at the test-taking game. So, and that's not to say that I didn't learn anything in college. I obviously did, but definitely one of the things I learned the best was how to game the whole test process. Anyways, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this episode, because this episode is just being me doing really stupid puzzles on this machine the whole time. I'm not even doing anything else. I'm gonna end the episode immediately after this. You're not getting any more content. This was the I do all the mini puzzles in the game episode. It's gonna be real exciting. Oh cool, I get little splitter pieces. I wonder if I can use these later. So far I don't see a use for it, but you can hope, you can hope. So guys, enjoying all this great puzzling content? I'm on my last one. I swear, we're gonna do some Spider-Man things after this. We're gonna go run through the city. We're gonna go save the citizenry from, you know, I don't know what's there to save them from, but we'll save them from something. Wonder if I can use a splitter here. Oh, look at that! Yeah, I can create like 2 streams. I don't know how that helps. Can I do that? That doesn't seem to help at all. Like, I need like 2 splitters before that even became useful. Do I have a... yeah, I have a single direction. Maybe this is just kind of like the introduction to the splitter, and later on this will be useful. Because as I see it right now, that seems like a kind of useless piece. Alright, 7 and 3. Way overpowered here. So you have to go through a +3. You have to go through a +3 and a +2. Can I make this like a -4 or something? Is that gonna help? Oh wow. This one's actually requiring me to use the old noodle. The old noodle. I'm gonna admit, the old noodle is a little tired. Being, me and the rest of the internet has been getting really into playing, Among Us lately. I guess this is the trick here. The idea that it makes you think that you have to go through that, but you don't at all. You can just go straight that way. Yeah, there you go. Easy. And yeah, Among Us has been using 100% of my noodle.
Not 100%
and I have
stable.
very little noodle left.
Refine this design.
But yeah, looks like I can't do the last two yet. I'll have to come back for them.
What's that?
But it's what? What you on about, Spiderman? Alright, let's go run through the city. Let's go run through the city and do some Spider-Man things before my entire viewing audience gets annoyed because I'm not Spider-Maning enough in this Spider-Man game. Alright, don't worry, people of New York. Spider-Man is back. I think it's got to be so hard to be a superhero in modern day.
Hey, sorry I missed your
Halo.
call. We still on for dinner?
Dinner? Oh, yeah. I was calling you about something else, but yeah, we should talk over dinner.
Offer still stands for me to come over and cook.
Sorry, MJ. I'm just gonna go this way and pick up a bunch of collectibles.
Oh, really? Well, I like to take risks. I'm still out, but I'll grab some stuff at the store and let you know when I'm home.
Okay, talk soon.
Yeah, it's
All
gotta be
right.
really hard to
Dinner
be
at MJ's. No expectations.
a superhero
No,
in
screw this one
2020.
up. I'll
Because,
just freelance for a while until she calls.
you know, back when Spider-Man comics came out, you know, it's so hard to get caught on camera doing things because, you know, most people weren't walking around with cameras. Even then, I mean, more people would be walking around with, like, cameras than ever before. But it still wasn't a huge, absolutely everyone had a camera kind of thing. But nowadays, with everyone having cell phones and TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram, people are taking photos so often that I have trouble believing that if Spider-Man existed nowadays, he would be able to, you know, keep his identity secret for long at all. I'm willing to bet that some entrepreneurial folks would have just
Good shot.
Oh, cool! It's a Flatiron building. Yeah. Some entrepreneurial guy would have just created an app called Spider Watch or something, and it would literally be an app designed for nothing else but to track Spider-Man's position. And he would instantly get found out, and everyone would find out where he is and where he lived because of they're tracking his position at all times. And, you know, you wouldn't be successfully anonymous for very long. And there's a whole thing with Spider-Man in the MCU.
I'm fine. It's my husband Rodrigo. He's been acting weird, and I just found out he's meeting this woman.
Well, listen, I'm not the best person to help with relationship problems.
It's not like that. I think she's involved with bad people. Rodrigo might be in real trouble. He's scared, but he won't tell me anything.
I can check it out. Any idea when he's meeting her next?
Tonight, by the detox center in Greenwich.
Okay. Don't worry, Carmen. I'll find out what's going on.
Don't worry, Spider-Man's off to save your marriage!
Detox center's not far. Carmen just
Doing what
sent me
Spider-Man does
Rodrigo's
best.
Let's see if I
Takes
can find
care of people who needed their husbands being checked up on. I'm not fully sure what she's asking me to do here. But whatever. Spider job's a spider job. Like, I'm not even sure if this is really a Spider-Man kind of case that she's putting me on here. You know, there's this great PI who works around here. She works in Hell's Kitchen. Her name is
Rodrigo.
Jessica Jones.
He's really nervous.
She has a
Woman doesn't seem like
she had a
girlfriend.
Netflix show for a while.
Get a photo and see if Carmen recognizes her.
You better not hold
Oh, this girl, I don't know who she is.
Angle. Need to get it straight on.
Oh, goddamn. But she seems like a villain. Because in comic books, the villains always have that colorful hair. I mean, the main characters also have colorful hair, but I feel like it's a villain. Oh man, I accidentally nearly shot her in the foot with my weapon.
Plans. This sounds bigger than I thought.
Hey,
I
come
gotta
back.
Follow the blackmailer and find out how big. Carmen, I'm uploading a photo to you. Does this woman look familiar?
No, I've never seen her. What were they talking about?
Sounds like she's blackmailing him. She mentioned something about plans.
I love how this car does not see Spider-Man. Like, they have no idea that I'm here.
She could be
I'm
planning a heist, but I'll
I'm
need more
invisible.
evidence before I can do anything.
I'm basically a ghost.
All right.
Because if you lived in the city of New York
I'll be in touch.
and Spider-Man showed up occasionally, I'm sure it would be completely normal for him to be swinging over your taxi cab. It's just something that happens in New York, I guess.
Another victim or an accomplice? I need a photo. No perches with a good angle on this new guy. Looks like it's the underside of the High Line.
Oh, was that supposed to be
Just what I
something
need.
difficult to find out? Because that was really obvious for me. I've gotten used to the concept that in this game you have to remember that you can walk on any surface. Because that did get me in the beginning where I didn't realize it, and anytime I was like, how do I even go there? It's like, no, you can walk on anything. So you have to start thinking in multiple dimensions.
How many people are in on this? I've got to follow him.
Man, don't I have like a spider tracker or something? Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Checks up on people, but is completely inconspicuous for some reason. Did that guy go into the subway?
Getting off? Tapping into the train system should help me follow the train's path.
Oh, okay, I don't need to get on the train. Okay. Wow, I was right. Spider-Man with a new super cool spider suit that's red and black.
Carmen, the blackmailer met some
No,
guy
you
on
guys
the High
can't
Line.
take pictures.
Sounded like you knew your husband.
I'm the only one
sending
allowed
you
to
the
take
photo.
pictures of it.
That's Deshaun, Rodrigo's best friend from college. He went to prison years ago on a robbery charge.
Casino plans and a criminal record. Not a great combination. I need to find out who else is in on it.
If they're hitting the casino, they'll need at least a wheelman and a safecracker. I watch a lot of heist movies.
Sounds like it. I'll let you
I
know
don't
what
think
I
you're
find
just
out.
planning on robbing something. I watch a lot of heist movies. And my husband just happens to be a thief. Just a weird coincidence. How sure am I that she's not planning on robbing something and trying to just get rid of the competition?
End of the
Because it's a little suspicious.
Head over near the subway exit and wait for him to get out.
This game is trying to convince me that I'm super incognito with Spider-Man,
office building.
and not that the entire population of New York. Oh, hello, Robo. Oh, yeah. I thought that was a giant robot. It's just two guys. And if not the entire population of New York would be pointing at me and taking photos of me every time they saw me. I'm assuming that he's going to that floor, because that's the only floor that has windows on. I mean, windows that I can see into. There he is. Oh, hello. Can you see me? No reaction to Spider-Man outside your window?
Good.
Hello.
The schedule on the monitor. I put out hires on the whiteboard. Mark their positions on the map.
Oh. I am looking at the wrong screen. Oh no. There we go. I love how they just can't see me here.
My brother.
It's like I'm a ghost to them.
Can't trust him.
Maybe the city just doesn't like me. Maybe these guys are like, we don't even care if Spider-Man's here. We don't want to give him
They're on the move.
the pleasure of being acknowledged. So that's why they're ignoring me.
I have all the
But
evidence.
I feel like if there was a
have to stop that
giant
car.
humanoid shape in the window of my house, I would 100% be able to see them. I would probably react like, dude, stop looking into my house. I'm not wearing pants. but that's just me. I'm a little weird. Excuse me, sir. I am currently incapacitating your friend. Oh my god. Take some guys out. Look at all these friends that I'm getting rid of. Look at that.
I love it when
No
a plan
damage.
falls apart. Hey, Carmen. Your husband's pal and his team just had their trip to beautiful Atlantic City canceled.
Thank you. I spoke to Rodrigo. That blackmail photo shows him driving the night Deshaun committed the robbery. But Rodrigo didn't know about it. He was just picking up his friend.
I've got a contact on the force. She'll help Rodrigo, especially if he'll agree to testify about the blackmail.
He will. Or I'll show him he needs to be a lot more afraid of me than Deshaun. Thanks, Spider-Man.
I mean, it sounds like a sweet concept, but if your husband ever gets to the point where he's more afraid of you than a gangster who wants to kill him, I think that's, seems a little extreme. Seems a little extreme. I understand the sentiment. I do. You want your husband to respect you. But, I feel like murder...
Alright, I picked up a bunch of stuff at the store.
Murder should be more scary than anything you expect your wife to do. But hey, that's just me. I'm weird like that.
So guys, I think I'm actually going to end this episode here. I know we didn't get a lot done. We talked to Otto a little bit, and he gave us a little bit more of his backstory with Norman Osborn and Oscorp. But for the most part, we basically just did 100 mini games. So in the next episode, we're going to run around and actually do some main story missions. Hope you join me for that. But if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I swear to God, we're going to do some actual Spider-Man things in the next video. And I hope to see you guys all there. Thanks for watching, as always. Love you guys. Bye.